And welcome back to the What If. Broly had gone to Earth instead of Goku. This is the last part of the What If. And this is the last What If. So I'm basically clearing my What If slate to prepare for the What If week coming tomorrow. So, where we left off was Broly had barely but managed to defeat he killed Goku Black. And they managed to seal away Zamasu thanks to the help of Whis and Beerus and all that. So, where do we come up again? Well, we come to Broly, and we come basically the Universal Survival Arc. Now, someone basically brought up a good point in one endeavor. I believe it was the Goku Grand Priest video I did. Is that technically speaking, Goku was the one who gave Grand Zeno the idea for the tournament. So if Goku wasn't around, would he still have the idea for the tournament? Well, I imagine that the Grand Priest might persuade him not to erase all the universes on the spot like he said he would. Instead, maybe says, "Oh, well, Lord Beerus, Grand Zeno, you remember that tournament? Why don't we do that?" I think basically the Grand Priest would do something along those lines. So he asked for an exposition match with Broly and Universe. So Broly asks Gohan, who at this point probably can go Super Saiyan God. Asks Gohan, yes, Boo. So it's Broly, Gohan, and Boo. And they go, and Boo beats Lavender, same as before, or same as Basil. Gohan soundly beats Lavender. And then Bergamo and Broly go toe-to-toe, and Broly whips him pretty thoroughly. You'd get a fight between him and Topo. That fight would be a really interesting one. They would go toe-to-toe. Broly's not going Super Saiyan Blue or anything like that. He's just in Super Saiyan. And then he maybe powers up to his full legendary Berserker form. And they go toe-to-toe, and they're pretty even. I think they'd be pretty stalemated at that point. Broly Kamehamehas and a legendary Berserker, and, that happens. So eventually it's like, okay, yeah, just, chill out and all that, and we'll see you at the tournament. So now you go into the recruitment process. Now, we know 18 and 17 are alive. So they're going to definitely be part of it. Krillin's going to be a part. Gohan will obviously be a part of things. So that's... And Broly. So there's your 5 right there. Then you have Roshi. You have Tien. They would definitely be a part of the things. Piccolo, definitely be a part. But that leaves 2. Boo, sorry, I just realized there is no Boo. Boo is dead, so I gotta take that back real quick. Goku, Broly, Gohan, and Krillin. Let's say he's able to get Krillin. Okay, so Krillin would lose against Basil, unfortunately, and then Gohan wins against Lavender, and then he beats Bergamo. So let me rephrase that and go forward. So that still leaves 2. There's no Boo, and there's no Vegeta. So what do you do? I mean, Yamcha probably offers his services. And then he finds out about, what's going to happen, and is like, oh, that's not good. And then I think they talk about, Bird's like, let's bring Frieza back. So, yeah, it's like Frieza, and then they bring Frieza back, and you got Golden Frieza and all that jazz. And even Broly's just like, if things go wrong, I will take care of it. I'll take care of him. It's like, oh, you think you can take care of me, monkey, just because you blah, 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 blah. Then Broly just flashes blue a little bit. It's like, I know about your blue. I know. And then Broly kind of flashes it again, but he flashes a little bit of legendary Berserker blue. And even Frieza's like, very well, monkey. Say, for now. So they go into the tournament, and it's so when the tournament actually starts, how does it go down? Well, Universe 9 goes after Broly. However, Broly's mindset in this certainly isn't the same as Goku's was to not just save his universe, but to have some fun too. No, Broly is gotta win, it's a bit more Gohan-like. So gotta win. So he's a bit more methodical in how he just boom, 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 and then just throws people off. What was that? What was the name of that guy from Universe 4 that got tagged Goku? That guy tries to tag Broly. Broly just powers up briefly, just boom, buffs up, and then it's like, what? And then he tosses him out. So I think Broly would actually kind of just be wrecking balling through a lot of this. And then you have Broly versus K. Now that would happen, I guarantee you, because Caulifla will be like, that thing you do, Super Saiyan Blue. It's like, change me in, then I'll beat you. It's like, no. It's like, and Broly would probably have these. It's like, is this how you ask everyone for, a help or a favor? You insult them and then tell them you're gonna beat them. Give me something and then I'm gonna beat you up. Is that how you do it? Yeah, shut up. It's like, oh yeah, well, you're scared about this, and then she powers up. It's like, It's like, you're funny. And then Broly's just like, yeah, no, you're real scary there, lady. Real scary. It's like, you don't make fun of Nisa. Or Nichan does it. But you don't make fun of Big Sis. And then, she comes and Caulifla's just, hey, yeah. And then Broly just, boom. It's like, yeah, that form isn't really that good for speed or anything like that. Unless you're me. I've got a little bit of a thing here, but he powers up the normal Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2. It's like, that's what you should really be aiming for, I suppose. They teach it to me. It's like, look, I can't really. We're in a fight. Look, I don't want to. And it's like, do we have to do this? And Broly's not like kind of just uncomfortable at the moment. It's like, really? Can we not? There we go. So it's like, can we not? And then, and then she finally powers like, that is you. It's like, well, congratulations, you did it. And it's like, oh, right now it's like, wait, what? And then she goes into attack. He's like, boom, boy. So he's like, this is stupid. It's like, why am I doing this? Like, fine. Then he just powers up to Super Saiyan 2 again, or powers up like a full power Super Saiyan 2 and just kind of boom. He's tagging Caulifla pretty hard and on a lot of points, and he's taller than Goku too by a fair amount, I believe. So he's just grabbing her, throwing her down, and then he's like, Nisa, you hurt Nisa, you hurt Sis. It's like, yeah, it's like, and then and then Kale goes Super Saiyan Berserk, and Caulifla's like, Kale, and Broly is shocked, like, what? You can do that too? And then Caulifla and everyone and Kaba even hears is like, wait, what? It's like, it's like, you can do that too, but it doesn't look like you're in control of yours yet. And then he just boom, then powers up, and then he's just boom, he's showing off his form, and everyone is just, what? And even Kale, even though she's kind of berserk, sees like, it's like, and then they go toe to toe, just boom, shock waves. Couple of the weaker guys from different universes get thrown off. Maybe even like the pig from Universe 6 gets thrown off. They go push, shockwave. But Broly's the better fighter, so he's in control of his form. So he's boom, gets her in the gut, just starts smashing around, but it's like, my power's overflowing, bro. And then Broly just, he's blocking back and forth. Darn it. She has no control. I'm gonna have to take her out. And then Jiren's just like, I got this. And then she knocks her out after she knocks out one of their members. And like, whoop. Then Broly's just like, oh, good. That's not good. So then you get a couple more fights going on. Nothing really impactful because nothing serious happens with Broly or anyone else in the tournament at that point. But then you eventually get Broly versus Jiren, and Broly and Jiren face up, and Broly can sense this guy is strong. He can sense it's like, ooh, it's like, he's even nervous, and he just powers up the Super Saiyan 2 immediately, and then he just goes in for the punch. Now base form, I think Broly would be stronger than Goku, no doubt. So I imagine it's a bit more like, I don't know if he's Super Saiyan God level at Super Saiyan 2 in this form, but Broly I think would still feel the need to block the punch. So just no problem. Then Broly goes Legend Berserker form and then just powers through a little bit and just now Jiren actually has to put a little bit more effort in just using both hands and then just lands a smackdown on Broly, but just Broly goes flying. And then Broly goes into his Legendary 2 form because he still would have that he still wants to test Jiren because he doesn't want to go all out. He needs to know where he stands. So does the Legendary 2 form that he does, that combination of Super Saiyan 2 and the Legendary Berserker form he does. And again, he collides with Jiren. Jiren again has to try a bit harder now, just a little bit harder. And even Jiren's able to get kind of like how Goku was able to tag Jiren in the face at one point. So, yeah, he's able to tag Jiren briefly with a punch. And then Jiren is like, this is stupid, and then just blasts him away with his eyes. So now Jiren basically just goes Super Saiyan Blue, full powers that up. And, they go toe to toe, boom, 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 boom. It's going back and forth, but it's more or less going like Goku's fight with Jiren. It's still Jiren pressing a very effective edge. Then Broly just goes full out that legendary blue form he now has, the legendary Berserker Blue. And at that point, I'd imagine that would be kind of the equivalent of like a Kaioken by Goku, or maybe like a Kaioken, or basically it'd be kind of like Vegeta's Royal Blue. I'd call it Royal Blue. No, it's not. I know that's not what it's called, but yeah, I think it'd be something kind of a bit more like that. So he's able to actually land some solid blows on Jiren now, and yeah, he can't beat Jiren, but Jiren actually now has to put legitimate effort into this. So they're going toe to toe for a little bit, but eventually just Jiren just blasts him away. Broly's still hanging in there, and his power is nearly done, but he's doing the best he can. Now, do we get an Ultra Instinct Broly? Well, I'm going to say no, because... and it's kind of the reason why we didn't get Ultra Instinct Vegeta, because Goku and Vegeta are two very different people, and Broly and Goku are two very different people. Whis even said that Goku's is just a more naturally relaxed person and fighter. That's why he was able to use Ultra Instinct a little easier than Vegeta can. Broly's not the same as either of those two, so I can't say it'd be any easier for him to use Ultra Instinct. But does he get knocked out? I don't think he gets knocked out, at least not initially. I think he would stick around for a little bit, and then Hit comes in, and that fight happens, and then Frieza gives Broly some energy, and then that whole thing, that whole debacle ends. Yamcha would actually have been the first one knocked out, not Krillin. Krillin probably would actually see Yamcha get knocked out and actually stick around long enough to maybe aid Roshi and all that. So we cut to Caulifla versus Broly round 2. And it goes about the same as the Goku versus Caulifla and Kale fight does. Eventually, Broly powers up. And I forgot God form initially, but yeah. Eventually, Broly does power up, and they form Kefla. And yeah, it's... it would go about the same up until we get to the whole Ultra Instinct thing. Now, I think what we would have happen is Broly pushing his blue form as far as he can, again, to his legendary form, and barely taking out Caulifla, and again, just powering down again. So ultimately, that's where we'd end up. And when it essentially gets down to Vegeta, we would fast forward all the way over to the whole Goku, Vegeta, Frieza's, out of commission for a while, 70s out of commission, fighting Jiren, but it's not Vegeta. It would probably be like Gohan, and Gohan gets knocked out, and then Broly, powers up, and he basically Broly has that moment kind of like how Vegeta did, and how Goku did, where he's thinking of everything, and he's about to just be taken out, and then he just thinks of his friends, his wife, and it's like, come home, we love you. It's like, that's right, I can't leave. It's like, I can't lose. It's like, I can't lose. I have people who care about me. It's like, that's why I can't lose. And then he just goes into a full rage, like full on, and then he's just powering up his Super Saiyan form. He goes to basically legendary Super Saiyan, like Super Saiyan Berserker Blue, whatever we're calling it now. And then he keeps powering up further and further and further. It's like, It's like, I will get them. I won't. I will take you down, and basically he's finding that motivation to reach in deep. And what I would call his final form would be something akin to like a Super Saiyan 3-ish Blue. Now, the reason you don't see like a Super Saiyan Blue 2 or Super Saiyan Blue 3 is because of the nature of Super Saiyan Blue versus those forms. Super Saiyan is just a form. It's a transformation that can relatively be combined with the God Ki, and therefore that's why you can get Super Saiyan Blue. And that's about ki control, perfect ki control. Super Saiyan 2 and particularly Super Saiyan 3 drain more energy. Super Saiyan 3 drains a lot of ki, so it makes no sense to go into that, to try to train into that form. With Broly, though, those forms are constantly letting out energy. It's constantly overflowing, as he once put it. So, in his case, it would theoretically be feasible that he could have a form like that. In fact, him having Super Saiyan 3 he'd actually have a, like, not a perfected, but a more effective version of it because of the nature of his strength and how it's just constantly overflowing strength. When his body has too much of it, it can't handle it, it expels the energy. So yeah, he's all of a sudden his hair's starting to grow long. It's spiky blue, and then his power basically, let's see, from Super Saiyan Blue to the legendary Super Saiyan. I guess the question is, what would the hypothetical multiplier on that be? Because Super Saiyan, because if we're going by just the idea of how Super Saiyan works, to Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3, it should theoretically be 8 times stronger than Super Saiyan Blue, but he was also in that legendary form I created up, which was probably equivalent of maybe, not Super Saiyan, not 8 times, but maybe like 4 times. So this is also probably 4 times stronger. Let's just say it's 8 times stronger than Super Saiyan Blue and all that. Or going beyond that, let's say it's like, I don't know, 4 times stronger than that. Let's just say it's a super powered multiplier that kind of evens him out to Jiren on some level. And then but Broly realizes, like, I don't know how I'll be able to stay in this form. He even says, this form, this is something new. I've never been able to achieve something like this before. Well, we'll have to make it count, Jiren. And then he just appears in Jiren. And just boom, basically does what Goku does, and just lands that shot straight to his gut. And Jiren's just like, ugh! And then, that music. I love that music, by the way. And then you get that great animation. Just. And then Broly's going savage for a little bit. Just grabs Jiren's hand, just starts grappling him, swinging him around. They go back and forth, clash. Just boom, Jiren tries to basically just fire that the condensed sun at him. Jiren just flips around and just blasts him with Kamehameha straight into the face. And they're both centering, but Broly's starting to tire fast. He is burning his nos out at the speed of light at this point. He knows he probably only has a little bit longer in this one, and he's pretty much done. Jiren, meanwhile, is now just kind of pissed. This guy's now just starting to really hurt him. He's just, and they go full toe-to-toe, Jiren versus Broly, for those last couple seconds before, because that whole fight with the Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku and Jiren it lasts long in the episode, but that episode actually was only taking place probably over the span of a couple seconds, like maybe 30 seconds, theoretically speaking, maybe 45. So at best it took place over a minute. So that'd be about as long as Broly would have to. So just maxing it out, just, and then boom. It's like, this is it. And then they basically just powering up their entire ki blasts all together. And then Broly luckily has his hand closed. So they clash, boom. And then they're both just, and then Broly's just like, I win. And then Jiren's like, and then he just blasts him up. He's got one small ki blast that expands, blasts him, Jiren in the gut, and just throws him. I was like, no. It's like, and then just throws him out. And then Broly just collapses almost left of the stadium and takes the win. So ultimately, though, who's the winner? I think 17 actually would still be allowed to wish. And if not, it would be Jiren. It would not be Frieza, and they would wish for the universes back. And then when Whis gives Frieza his reward, and everything works out fine. So then we move into Dragon Ball Super Broly, the movie, where Broly fights against his evil clone Broly. That's not happening, obviously. But yeah, that's where we're gonna end the What If Broly Went to Earth series. Ooh. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, Super Magic, What Ifs, anything to do on the channel, put that in the comments below as well. I'll get to that at some point. This is the week of What Ifs, so keep your eyes out for those. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next. Oh man, next time.